Well, I got involved with the Explorer Post back in the middle 80s. It was actually run by George Anderson, who was the plant engineer down at Census Technology, now is Rockwell back then, making water meters for the world. And when George retired, I had to find a new partner, and Terry McMillan was teaching out here at the time. And he said, "Dave, I'll pick that up for you." And it's been history ever since.
Well, we started the Engineering Explorers Post over 30 years ago. And we started doing it for a variety of reasons. Sort of the root reason is that I just really value education and try to encourage students to do as much education as they can, just in general. I think a well-educated, well-rounded person is of value to themselves and to their community. So education in general is the root reason. But then both from the society's standpoint and from the students' standpoint, now we know that most students don't understand what all the options in life are in general, and certainly don't understand all the different types of engineering and what engineers do. What engineers do now is considerably different than what they used to do. So from the profession standpoint, we'd like to have the best students in the engineering profession as we can, because that's going to enhance the engineering profession overall. And so we hope to educate the students in what type of engineering programs there are, what type of engineering jobs there are. But engineering is not suited for everyone. And so it gives the students a chance to get an idea if they might be interested in the engineering field in general, and then some specifics of what they are.
Yeah, the program's open to all high school age students. Try to focus on those interested in the engineering field. We try to touch a little bit on all the disciplines of engineering, hit on civil, mechanical, electrical, industrial.
I think those are the big
just to
three.
name a few. Those are probably the biggest ones that you see here. And we'll also try to arrange our schedule to meet the needs of the students. Yeah, we would hope that the students would be engaged in the program, participate by asking questions throughout the tours that we take at these different facilities, and hopefully just to help them gain knowledge of the different careers that are out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no written requirements for them
No.
for the program, but that's kind of what we like to see.
It's really hard to get behind that glass door to see what's made here. And we kind of can knock on it and give them the story, and they want these kids to learn about engineering. They talk to them about, I remember when I was in high school, they would say about what caused them to become an engineer and the opportunities they've had. So if the kids take away that there is opportunity here, and it's going to be challenging because engineering is not the easiest curriculum that's out there, but the rewards, you get to build the future.
The engineering profession is changing so quickly that the more well-rounded students are, the better their careers are. And so we've tried to instill through the program just how diverse engineering is, and particularly civil engineering, because that's what we do, and how diverse it is, just so that the students have a better idea of what they could possibly get into. And so we think we do them a great service by just showing what is available, what they could do with it.
Industry really wants these kids to understand what happens behind those magic doors, and we're trying to open those doors for them so they can see, and hopefully they'll get excited. And a lot of times I have to point out that if they think, well, I want to be in a computer, so I don't need to go to that power plant. How do you think a power plant runs? It runs with computers, and they have problems. They need smart kids to figure out how to connect the dots. So we try to get that message across to them that even though you may not be interested in what they're making, there's a bit of that's got you inside.
A lot of students who are undecided what to do at all after they've gone through the Explorers Post have gone into engineering, and And because it's been 30 years now, we've seen some do extremely well in their profession, in their careers. We've had some who had been encouraged to get into engineering by their parents go through the year and say, we just don't like that. And I think that's as valuable.
So we're just going to try and educate them, that make them aware of career opportunities, let them meet some of the great people that are in engineering, and get out and see some things of how we put things together.
Yeah, we want the kids to realize that there's great jobs available here locally in Fayette County, good paying jobs in the engineering field. So we hope by providing this program that it gives the kids the opportunity to get interest in the engineering field and hopefully choose a career in it.
One year we took a busload of them to the mine underneath the limestone mine underneath Jamonville Cross, and the bus drove up the mountain, drove right in the mine, drove a half a mile back in the mine. The one they went up in Cleveland, it was a drop tower where they actually went down 300 feet in the ground, and they went weightless. The object went weightless for like 5 seconds. Students said, "Can we go down to the bottom?" And the guy on the tour says, "I've never been down to the bottom in 10 years. So they got to go places people that worked there didn't get to go. They walked through a wind tunnel that was left over from World War II. Remember the one year the kid was an aerospace engineer, and that's a little hard to find in Fayette County. But I made one contact, and there was a guy drove in from Dayton, Ohio, from Wright Pat Air Force Base, and he talked to the kids that night about how you build airplanes, which is really cool. Hey, we've brought people here that are world class. We've had speakers in from DC, several of them on different topics. We've had opportunities for them to meet other graduates, other alumni from the Engineering Explorer Post from 25, 30 years ago. We've had them back.
And we show them some successful engineers, because engineers, I think, are held in fairly high esteem in their community. They do end up with good jobs. They, in general, make pretty good money. And so it is a very good opportunity for those students who would enjoy it and who can do the work.
One of the things that employers look for is involvement of high school kids. And being an Explorer Post, it's not a high pressure. You just show up and have fun and learn something.
I think the more well-rounded all people are, and it doesn't matter if it's engineering or nursing or teaching school or welding or mechanic, whatever it is, the community is better off if people are better educated, more well-rounded, because they're going to be better thinkers. They're going to make decisions that are best for themselves and their community. And so I think the education is the basis of a stronger community as well. And so both Denise and I have supported education in a variety of forms over our years here at McMillan Engineering.